你知道吗？
This is Lindsay. You may have known her as a knowledge influencer, breaking down hardcore financial information to over 10 million followers, both in China and overseas, or as a former investment banker who has earned degrees at top universities both in China and the US. Or just as someone in the neighborhood who loves to wander on the lakeside and meditate. CGTN has an opportunity to talk to Lindsay, trying to find out who she really is. So Lindsay, your life is under spotlight. How do you think of that?
I think at the beginning I was pretty much like still very shy and uncomfortable in front of the camera because like you don't know how to talk to a camera. If there's a person in front of you, it's easier to make interactions. But if there's only a camera, like you don't know, like when you laugh, it's gonna be super awkward. But I think after a certain amount of time, you start to get used to it.
Born and raised in China's northern city of Dalian, Lindsay was admitted to China's top Peking University, and then she went to further her studies at Columbia University in New York. After graduation, she took the chance to work at JP Morgan, a prestigious investment bank. 3 years afterwards, she quitted the job and started her own business. She was initially trying to build a career education platform, aiming to help Chinese students overseas with career development. Then, somewhat stumbled into content creation. You used to work in a quite prestigious investment bank. It is a decent job in the eyes of many. So why did you give it up and start your own business as an influencer?
It's a career education platform. So because I found there are so many international students, they're having difficulties looking for jobs in the United States. So I started out a platform like originally to connect international students with the professionals who already have a job and to get some career advice for them to look for a job. So I found myself always repeating myself. So one of my friends told me, why don't you like start a YouTube channel? You can post everything like on YouTube. And so we started to make some videos, but it's all about career education, like career development. So at the beginning, we would talk about like different industries and some common topics related to job searching, and posted that on YouTube. And gradually we started to accumulate some fans. And then I personally think I want to get a larger audience. So like why not talking to something related to finance and business, because that's something that I worked in. So we started to expand the topic to a more like a general finance and business related. That's how 小林说 started.
So you are explaining professional knowledge to an audience, most of whom are laymen. So how would you balance the popular side of the story and the professional side, the knowledge side? And what is your aim? You aim those videos to be educational or entertaining?
When we think about like a topic for videos, first of all, it needs to be informative, like because we are not like entertainers. There's just much more way for people to get entertained. Like why do they want to watch your video? They must get something out of it. There's some value that you like provide to your audience. So for us, we think it's like the informative part. Knowledge part of the video would be serious and boring. So we kind of want to make it less boring.
And early, as you have mentioned, that you left the United States and coming back to China. So what prompted this homecoming decision?
I was in New York for 8 years, from my graduate study, and then I worked there and then started my own startup. I came back to China end of 2021. It was during the pandemic, and just because of the whole the pandemic situation, we went all virtual. So I think that gave me a lot of flexibility in terms of which city I would be in, because it doesn't require me to stay in one city. And the other thing is that at that time, me and my husband, we were about to start a family, and we were thinking about like which city to be in because we need to raise a child. And as well as our parents started to get older, like they all retired this year. So we wanted to spend more time with my family, so just like everything else come together, so make the decision that we came back to China.
So mainly three factors, professional factors,
yeah,
parenting factors,
And family factors.
Yeah, very, very good summary.
In her previous videos, she talked about her working experience as a Wall Street investment banker, describing how busy it was. But it seems that being an influencer is not much relaxing.
So Lindsay, the banker, the investment banker, or Lindsay, the influencer, which one is busier?
The one right now.
Besides the professional side as an influencer, she's also a working mother, relishing family life and sometimes being alone.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed a lot about cooking when I was working, when I have more time. But I think like right now, because doing influencer, doing the video, and also doing the offer about the startup, it requires a lot of time. So in terms of the parenting side, I wouldn't say I spend the whole day with my baby, but I would try to like each day 1 to 2 hours just to have some emotional support.
Despite all of the friendly interactions, have you ever suffered from hatred speech?
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't say all the time, but like every single video you would say some like unfriendly comment. But it's just normal, I think. Like at the beginning, I would get frustrated because of that. And later on, I think there are just different kind of people watching our videos. And some people may like it, some people may not. So it's just normal.
Because you used to work with brilliant minds, you used to report to a superior leader. Probably he's also been educated in top institutions. But now your videos trickle down to those people
Just
with
more
diversified backgrounds.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you feel there is a kind of sharp comparison?
I don't think so, because that's my audience. What I do is just I explain everything in a more simple term, like I would break down everything to the scratch and then build it up for the audience.